Welcome to the TokyoBill Weekly Update, an end-of-week news brief on events in and around Japan. Today is February 8th, 2025. Taiwanese actress Barbie Chu, famous for her role in the 2001 drama Meteor Garden, has died at the age of 48 due to influenza-induced pneumonia, as confirmed by her sister, Dee Chu. Chu, also known as Big S, passed away while on a family holiday in Japan, and the news became highly searched on China's Weibo platform. Dee expressed her sadness, mentioning how grateful she was to have been Barbie's sister. Chu first gained fame with the pop group SOS and later became well known for Meteor Garden. She is survived by her husband, rapper Jun Yup-koo, and her 2 children from her previous marriage. The increase in tourism has created more opportunities for criminals, particularly quick hit-and-run offenses. Arrests of foreign nationals for violent crimes more than doubled in the past decade, from 196 in 2013 to 419 in 2023. In August 2024, 2 Malaysian nationals robbed and stabbed a man in Hyogo Prefecture before being intercepted at Kansai International Airport. In another case, a Chinese man stabbed a jewelry store employee in Osaka, who later died in hospital, but was arrested a few hours later at the airport. As organized crime groups are using Japan as a base due to perceived lighter penalties, experts recommend continuing to enhance surveillance to catch criminals before they leave Japan. Kick streamer Paul Danino, known as Ice Poseidon, is in Japan for a 100-day livestream tour, attracting controversy with his actions. He has over 183,000 followers, and his trip has been marked by several incidents. One video shows him and a friend lying across train seats and annoying passengers with a mock fight. In another clip, he encourages a local to shout English insults at the Yakuza, leading viewers to question his awareness of the danger. Additionally, he and fellow streamer ABZ faced police after picking and eating an orange from a tree without permission from the owner. Despite the backlash, Ice Poseidon seems unfazed and continues his antics, drawing comparisons to another controversial figure, Johnny Somali. Food and drink prices in Japan are rising, affecting over 1,600 items for a second straight month in February, mainly due to higher import costs from a weak yen. Rising costs for labor and logistics are also factors. A survey by Teikoku Data Bank found that over a third of the price increases are in processed foods, condiments representing over 20%, snacks and cereals nearly 20%. By 2025, more than 8,800 items may become pricier, and if trends continue, 15,000 to 20,000 items could see higher costs this year, exceeding last year's 12,000 price hikes. Japanese cellist Eru Matsumoto has won her 2nd Grammy Award, announced at a ceremony in Los Angeles. She received the Best New Age, Ambient, or Chant Album award for Triveni, alongside South African flutist Wouter Kellerman and Indian-American vocalist Chandrika Tandon. Matsumoto previously won a Grammy in 2022. In major categories, Kendrick Lamar won Song of the Year and Record of the Year for Not Like Us, while Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter was named Album of the Year. The ceremony included performances to support those affected by recent wildfires in the area. Organizers reported raising at least $7 million during the event. A western Japan city is offering overnight stays at Fukuyama Castle, a 400-year-old site to attract wealthy visitors amid the country's tourism boom. The initiative, which began in October, starts at 1.3 million yen, or $8,500 a night, for 2 people, and includes a stay in a rebuilt moon viewing turret, a night lounge experience in the castle keep, use of a bathhouse, and luxurious meals. Visitors also receive an exclusive tour of the Fushimi Yagura Turret, a nationally designated important cultural property. Fukuyama Castle is part of a growing number of plans aimed at affluent travelers. Japan's Ground Self-Defense Force, GSDF, has confirmed that an artillery shell fired during a drill at the Aibano training area in Takashima City, Shiga Prefecture, went off target. Officials believe the 155mm projectile, with a range of over 20 kilometers, may have landed in the woods outside the training ground. The shell was fired using twice the usual amount of propellant, apparently causing it to fly a longer distance than expected. Such a shell is designed to explode when it hits the ground, but it is unclear whether it detonated. The GSDF has suspended firing drills in the area and has explained the situation to relevant municipalities. North Safari Sapporo, labeled Japan's most dangerous zoo, is facing potential closure due to a dispute over its land use. The zoo, which houses around 150 species, has been operating without proper authorization in a designated urbanization control area. The city government and zoo management have differing views on the matter, and officials are considering issuing an effective closure order. The zoo argues it obtained the necessary permits before opening and submitted a relocation plan in December to resolve the issue. Concerns are growing over the fate of the animals, with discussions ongoing but no resolution in sight. A Tokyo high school has withdrawn its expulsion of a third-year student who filed a criminal complaint against the school's chairman for allegedly forcing her to write a letter of apology. The student, who had been accepted into a university, claimed the expulsion was unfair. The Tachikawa branch of the Tokyo District Court recommended a settlement in response to the student's motion for a provisional disposition to preserve her status. The student had objected to the chairman's demands for an apology, and the school warned her parents of expulsion if she refused. The Metropolitan Police Department forwarded documents to the Tachikawa branch of the Tokyo District Public Prosecutor's Office, and prosecutors are conducting a voluntary probe. In the wake of recent sinkhole occurrences in Japanese news, emergency inspections of sewer facilities across Japan are underway to check for deterioration which could lead to road subsidence. The aging of sewage pipes is expected to accelerate in the coming years, and a shortage of technical staff poses a significant challenge. The total length of sewer pipes in Hokkaido, for example, is approximately 33,000 kilometers, with over 4,000 kilometers exceeding the typical 50-year lifespan. The Infrastructure Ministry mandates inspections every 5 years for high-risk pipes, but the cost of maintaining and updating pipelines is projected to increase from around 800 billion yen in fiscal 2018 to 1.3 trillion yen by fiscal 2028. Tamotsu Shiiki, a 58-year-old former politician, received a 3-year prison sentence, suspended for 5 years, after being found guilty of non-consensual sexual intercourse with a 12-year-old girl in August last year. The Tokyo High Court deemed his actions vile, but allowed him to avoid jail time if he does not offend again. This lenient sentence has caused widespread outrage in Japan, with critics arguing it is too light, and Japan not having a sex offenders registry. The incident occurred in a karaoke room Shiiki had brought the girl to. Although he initially denied the charges, he later admitted they'd had sex in the karaoke room. Shiiki was elected to the House of Representatives in 2012, but has not held a seat since 2021. Japan's National Police Agency reports over 730 penal code offenses last year, marking a third consecutive increase. The 2024 report shows 737,679 cases, up from 568,000 in 2021. Social media is a growing threat for crime recruitment, with a rise in robberies linked to the recent shady part-time jobs phenomena. Special fraud losses reached 72 billion yen, up 59% from last year, while investment and romance scams totaled 127 billion yen, a 180% increase. An October survey revealed only 56% of people feel Japan is safe, the lowest since 2021. The agency says they will continue to enhance public safety measures. Japanese wine is gaining attention internationally. A group of 9 Japanese winemakers from Yamanashi Prefecture is trying to promote their wines in London. They held an event at Japan House London, attracting journalists and importers to taste their wines. Lectures were offered to local retailers, who are seeing more customers prefer drinking at home. Sommelier Raku Oda discussed the qualities of Yamanashi wines, while a Turkish chef admired their clean taste and lower alcohol content. Organizer Shigekazu Misawa expressed hopes that gaining recognition in London, viewed as a trusted wine center, would boost global popularity for Yamanashi wines, which he described as delicate, pairing well with healthy food items. Tokyo Electric Power Company, TEPCO, will start dismantling tanks used to store treated water at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant next week. This operation follows the release of treated water into the ocean, which began in August 2023, after diluting the water to lower tritium levels. Weekly radioactive, the tritium levels were 1/7 the World Health Organization's recommended safe level for drinking water upon release. Since the 2011 disaster, water used to cool nuclear fuel has been stored in over 1,000 tanks. TEPCO plans to dismantle 12 tanks by March next year to create space for decommissioning work, and will build a facility for retrieving fuel debris from the damaged reactors. Ippei Mizuhara, former interpreter for baseball star Shohei Ohtani, has been sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison for fraud and gambling. He must repay almost $17 million he stole from Ohtani, and an additional $1 million in taxes. Mizuhara was fired after his gambling activities raised concerns about Ohtani's finances. He pleaded guilty to bank and tax fraud, admitting to stealing funds to pay debts and falsifying tax records. Ohtani has spoken little about the matter, expressing sadness over the betrayal in a statement last March. Following prison, Mizuhara will be on 3 years probation, including treatment for gambling addiction. He also faces the possibility of deportation to Japan after serving his sentence. That brings us to the end of news items for the week ending February 8th. These stories and more you can read at theTokyoBill.com. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.